Long-time expression that China will take over the world's largest economy. It'll take it over in 2019. Well, in 2019, we were doing.
Let me see here. We got we all right. We got our former failed president here in York, Pennsylvania. People, let me see. Make sure y'all can see me pretty well over here. The heck?
Well, 2018, 2017, that China never even came close. We were lapping them. They never came close. And even President Xi said, congratulations. They thought they would be. Long time, this is 15, 20 years ago, they said, 2018, 2019, China will dominate. Nope, we were doing, it would never happen. In fact, I said, after we started really doing it, as long as we have smart presidents, they'll never catch us because they can't beat our system. We will have big tax cuts for families and small businesses, and we will have no tax on Social Security and no tax on tips. So they haven't copied Social Security yet, but they will. Don't forget, he's the one that destroyed our seniors with inflation. Inflation has destroyed our seniors. It's the worst thing that could happen. The people that behaved the best, that did it the American way, that saved their money, they got decimated because their money went down, because they couldn't live. They were losing money. With me, they were putting money in the bank and making a lot of money. They were saving a lot of money. After I left, they were losing all of that money they saved. Kamala wants to spend $1.7 trillion in wasteful spending, more inflation, and she says it's a mistake to ask her.
He called this lady Kamala. Anyway, this is PA, Texas, y'all. I'm wait till a few more people get in. I'm sitting here watching this, and I had to go live. Man, let me listen to this crazy ass motherfucker here, Donald Trump. You can't make this guy up. This is my original gangster.
And she says it's a mistake to ask her.
He called this lady Kamala. Anyway, all right, everything's good. I had to check the audio. Come on, let's get it.
She's going to pay for it. Please, it's a mistake. She just said it. She just said something that nobody has any idea what she said. But she said it's a mistake to ask how we're paying for it. Kamala Harris can't answer how she'd pay for any of her new radicalized liberal spending schemes that will bankrupt our country and do it quickly, destroy Social Security, destroy Medicare. She has no clue how she'd pay for $25,000 to every first-time home buyer, including illegals, just like they were going to pay the bills of college students. Unfortunately, that didn't happen and won't happen.
Yes, they did. They paid. They did the student debt relief. This month gonna lie about everything. I just want to see how many lies he gonna tell on live TV that I can catch. Well, I'm gonna continue this video. This cat lie. This cat lie about anything. Now, if y'all want to see some, I'm gonna try to fact check him with the limited knowledge that I have. But yeah, and how about this, Donald? Where did you want to get the money from the oil companies? He asked the oil companies, give me $1 billion, y'all can do whatever. I thought you don't need the money. Anyway, let's go.
That Supreme Court gave it up because it was unfair to all of those people. One of the reasons, all of the people for years and years that paid back their loans, and now we're going to give something free, but it didn't happen. It was just talk. He knew it wouldn't happen too. Crooked Joe, he knew that was not going to happen. No clue how she'd pay for free health care for illegals. She wants to give free health care to illegals. Now, you want to stop people from coming into our country. The first thing you do, and you would have to do this immediately, no health care. We can't do that. We can't afford it. It's not sustainable.
Where are all the illegals getting free health care? Where is that? Just because they could go to the hospital and get some treatment, that the citizens can get it too. What you want to do? Just tell them like, "Hey, you're illegal. Die right there." No, man. It's in the Hippocratic oath for them to help people, man. But in the Donald Trump oath, like if they're illegal, let them die. Or if they don't vote for Trump, they don't like Trump, let them die. It's everything Donald's good, everything else bad.
But they're doing it just the opposite. Come to America, live the American dream. We'll give your children free schooling. We'll give you free health care. We'll give you pensions. We'll put you into Social Security. This is why people are pouring into our country. And that's a very dangerous.
He foolish. That's BS, man. He lied his ass off. That's BS. And I know some people who actually got their student loan relief. They got their debt forgiven. I know a couple of people who got their debt forgiven. So some of it did happen. So Trump, another bunch of BS coming out of his mouth. He farts probably more intelligent stuff than he talks. And I heard his breath smell like a fart anyway.
And it's a very dangerous trip. Thousands and thousands of people are dying in those caravans coming up to our country. And they're coming up because the promises are being made to them that just can't be kept. No clue how she'd pay for the $100 trillion, think of that, $100 trillion with a T, Green New Scam. It's a scam. Out of the $100 trillion, there's not $1 of it that would help our country. Not $1 of it. It'll destroy our country. And no clue she'd pay for the.
No, it's not $1 of it that'll help him. See, that's what Trump wants. Trump's about what's going to help Trump. But if she said, "Hey Trump, I'll give you $1 billion for your business or whatever venture you want to do," he'd be on board in a heartbeat. But didn't this fool just say that we won't have any energy to charge the electric cars? Well, then if we got the Green New Deal, he's complaining about the windmills and the solar panels. That's where the power can come from. Anyway, keep going. Let's see some more there.
Hundreds of billions of dollars in new foreign aid giveaways. We're giving away money at levels that nobody has ever seen before. No other country would do it. No other country would be so stupid to do it. That's why it's so important to vote for Trump to stop the reckless spending and the destruction of our country. We will not have a country left. I will stop the special interest giveaways, cut waste, and restore common sense to our government. The Republican Party is the Republican Party of common sense. That's what it is. Kamala will bury American workers in regulations. I will liberate our workers with the largest regulatory cuts.
If the Republican Party had common sense, they wouldn't have elected your ass. Let's just keep that a buck. And they was trying to fight him, but the Republican Party has no sense. I said it. I have a lot of Republican friends, and they are crazy as cat shit.
Ever recorded. We've already done some of them, but she put them right back. They put them right back. Repealing every single job-killing regulation of the Biden-Harris administration. The electric vehicle mandate, which is absolutely so crazy, will be gone, and there will be no costly forced transition to all electric cars and trucks. If you want a gasoline-propelled car or a hybrid or an electric car, they're wonderful too, but not all. People need to go longer distances. They want to pay less money because they're fantastic. Electric is everything is great. You have to be able to buy everything. They have a mandate. We don't have enough electricity for ourselves. And now they're talking about putting all the cars on it. Well, it doesn't work because the cars don't go far. If you'd like to go from here to, let's say, Washington to look after we fix the Capitol up and make it safe again, which will take approximately quickly. But after we up, and if you want to drive there, you don't want to stop 5 times. You want to be able to go there and you want to be able to enjoy it. And
That's BS. Electric cars. My son has an electric car, and it can go 240 miles without a charge, and it costs less than $8 to charge the car from zero to full. What are we talking about here? You cannot fill up a gas tank for $8 nowhere in America. In no car, you can't fill up. You might can fill up you could probably fill up a small moped for $8, but you can't fill up. You cannot fill up a car, any car that I know of for $8. You could charge it. You could charge an electric car from 0 to 100 for $8 in many places in this country. What is he talking about? He's full of shiznit.
want to be mugged or shot or
Oh yeah, son's car can go almost 300 miles on one charge. I think it's 250, and a Tesla I think can go three something on one charge. And you could go from DC to Pennsylvania on one charge.
killed in our capital, which has become very unsafe. It's horribly run, graffiti stained, and we're going to fix it very quickly and beautifully. We're going to make it the most beautiful capital anywhere in the world.
Your face is graffiti stained.
Make it totally safe. Police are going to do a great job. Simultaneously, we will modernize our trade policies. The United States has long been taken advantage of by other countries at levels that nobody has any idea. I would sit and look at these trade deals, many of which we renegotiated with Japan, with South Korea, with Canada, Mexico, many. But I'd look at these deals before we did the renegotiation. I'd say, who would make deals like this? I mean, they were either crooked or really stupid, one or the other. Probably crooked for the most part, because I don't think they're stupid. But we had the worst trade deals. No country's ever had trade deals like we had. We fixed many of them, made some of them extraordinary.
Guess who is crooked and stupid though? Your boy, Donald Trump. My favorite president.
We lose jobs and revenue, they gain everything. We lose jobs, we lose revenue. They destroy our country, they gain everything. And they wipe out our businesses, which is good for them because then they can supply us with whatever we were making. I stopped it 4 years ago, and I will stop it very quickly again, and we'll be making the product ourselves with our labor. We will not let countries come in, take our jobs, and plunder our nation into poverty. The way they will sell their product in America without having to pay any substantial tariff or tax is to build their factory in America and build their product in America using only American help. And we have the help. Kamala Harris says that a tariff is a tax on American consumers. She's wrong. It's a tax on a foreign producer. It's a tax on a foreign country. And I proved that better than anybody because I took in hundreds of billions of dollars worth of.
And who do you think the Chinese people forward that expense to? Who do you think takes on that expense for the tariffs? You think Chinese people, the Chinese people with their products, they be like, you know what? We're not going to raise the price. We're going to pay the tariff. No, we're going to raise the price for the tariff. So guess who pays the tariff? The American citizen. And on top of that, and then what China did was since the tariffs went up, the cost of goods. This is why a lot of the goods and the produce in the grocery store is high because Trump's dumbass tariffs. The Chinese government. Well, it's two things. The Chinese government started to buy their produce from Argentina, if I'm not mistaken. So now these family farms are going out of business, and they're having to raise the prices because there's not too many people buying their stuff. There's not too many people. China's not buying the produce anymore. So now they have to. So who is buying the produce? America. And in order for them to get that to recoup that money, they had to jack up the prices at the grocery store. So yeah, he ain't gonna tell you that in his dumbass speech. But anyway, let's go.
Tariffs on different states, on different countries, and out of all of that money, we had no inflation. We had no inflation. It also
Again, all of that inflation was a lot of that was started with those tariffs. And a lot of inflation was going on. You did have inflation. There was a 25% inflation when Trump was in office.
Your power over that country. If they want to have wars with somebody, we can say, no, if you do have wars, we're going to raise your tariffs. Oh, sir, we won't have a war. We're okay with it. When we decided not to go after somebody, you know, one thing a little off this, everybody said, oh, we might have wars with Trump. We had no wars with Trump. First time in 78 years, we had no wars other than I finished some, like ISIS. 100% defeated 100% of the ISIS caliphate. What they did is Afghanistan, the most embarrassing day in the history of our country. And none of the generals got fired for the incompetence that they showed. Most embarrassing moment. We would have left with dignity and strength.
Dude, you was president. Why didn't you do it? Talking about what you woulda. You coulda, you woulda, but your ass didn't. You know what I'm saying? Give Biden a little credit. At least he got it done. Was it perfect? No. Was it a screw up? Probably. But guess what? Ain't nobody over there dying anymore. So what is an embarrassment? So what? We weren't supposed to be there in the first place. Messing around with George W. Bush, another Republican, and he wanted to get his cronies played like the Hunt family up in Dallas. Yeah, I said it. I'm naming them out. They are the ones who told their buddy George W. Bush to go to war. The no bid contracts, a lot of that go to the guys at Halliburton, the Hunt family, and they sit over there and line their pockets. They sit over there rich and fat right now, all up in the Texas area. Yeah, your boy, the Republican George W. Bush, who doesn't endorse Trump either. Now, why is that? I don't know. Nobody likes Trump.
We would have taken our $85 billion worth of equipment. We would have taken our hostages. We lost 13 great people. We had 47 people obliterated, the arms, the legs, the face, obliterated. What a horrible day it was. What an embarrassment. What a horrible day to have death, to have such injuries. Nobody talks about the 47 people that lost their limbs, that will suffer for the rest of their lives.
I've met probably that many people have lost their limbs in that war, period. It was a war. It was a useless war. Most of every war that America's ever fought was useless. So now what are we talking about? Some people got killed for withdrawing. How about the people that were killed while we were there? There was thousands. And how about the people that were saved? You know what I'm saying? When you was president, you ain't do shit.
As I've said many times before, as tariffs on foreign countries go up, taxes on American workers and families come down. According to one recent study, a small 10% tariff on foreign-made products will allow massive tax cuts for working families, create more than 3 million American jobs, raise household incomes by 6%. Think of that.
Bullshit. How is that going to happen? I mean, what are the facts? He's just making it, and Trump known for making stuff up. Anyway, keep going. This is bullshit.
Equates to $4,200 a year for a household and generate almost $1 trillion in economic growth, and it will go very quickly. It will also get rid of a large portion of our deficit because we don't want countries coming in here.
The deficit that you created, by the way. The deficit. This is the top spender in U.S. history, Donald J. Trump. And let me tell you, and unless Joe Biden had caught him, Joe Biden had a lot of catching to do, and he was trying. But this is the top spender, so the deficit that we got to pay our deficit he started. So why you just do this the first time you was in office, Donald? Why? He's talking about what he's gonna do. He already had 4 years. Why you ain't do it then? Stay here, man.
Stealing our jobs, hurting our country, killing our
what jobs?
Leaving with everything, and we, as usual, end up with.
Did he say killing our workers?
leaving with everything, and we, as usual, end
What
up
workers he
with
killed? They
empty
killed.
factory buildings that are falling down. We end up with nothing. We want tariffs. If somebody wants to come in and take our jobs, if somebody wants to come in and sell us their product that's made in their country, that's okay, but they've got to pay tariffs. They've got to pay a price for that. We're going to bring down your taxes at levels never seen before. We're going to pay off debt of our country.
No, he's not. The taxes are the same. The tax has been the same for 20 years, give or take, a couple of percentage points. You know, I've been paying the same amount of tax for the last 20 some years. I don't know how long, however long I've been living. Goodness gracious, what a liar.
Because this country owes $35 trillion, but that rapidly can come down. And remember this, we're
Most of it's to
sitting on the
China.
largest amount of oil and gas. We have, I call it liquid gold. We have more liquid gold than Saudi Arabia. We have more liquid gold than Russia. But we don't use it. We go out and we buy from other countries at ridiculous prices. We buy now from Venezuela. We buy tar. It's not really, it's tar. And you know where we refine it? At a factory. Only one factory in the world can do it because of the nature of it. It's tar. It's not good stuff. It's in Houston, Texas. So all of that, if you're an environmentalist, all of that's going right into the air in our country. We bring in lots of tar, loads of it. We dump it in Houston and they refine it. We have pure stuff. We have the best and we have the most right under our feet. It's liquid gold, and we're going to use it, and we're going to reduce our deficit. We're going to reduce our debt, and we're going to reduce your taxes. We're going to do everything right, and it's going to happen quickly, too.
You dumbasses, why y'all don't ask him why he didn't do that the first time he was there? Why? Hey, why is nobody asking him that? What happened from 2016 to 2020? Well, 2017 to 2021. He was sitting there playing golf, scratching his fat ass, eating Cheetos.
And as we reduce burdens on U.S. manufacturers, our workers can make goods better and cheaper right here in our own country and right here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. We don't need lectures on the economy from a candidate pushing communist price controls. Kamala has no idea what the hell she's doing. Her father is a Marxist professor, and I believe he taught her well.
Why do you keep calling this lady Kamala? Kamala, man. Damn, pronounce at least, what we call you dumbass Donald. Donald, dumbass Donald. Nah, man, pronounce that lady name like, give us some respect for that. Kamala, the Ugandan giant. The Kamala.
He's a Marxist professor. Can you imagine? Does anyone know that? I wonder if they knew that when they did an overthrow or a coup on Joe Biden. I wonder if they knew where she comes from, where she came from, what her ideology is. But you could see it a little bit by this whack job. He said, we're weird. That JD and I are weird. I think we're extremely normal people.
Ain't nothing about Donald Trump normal. Nothing. The hair's weird, your face is weird. Oh, anyway.
You exactly like, he's weird. Did you ever see him go on the stage and go like crazy? It's like between
yes, I have.
His movement and her laugh, there's a lot of craziness. I'd say a step further than weird. Weird is a nice word by comparison. When I'm president, we're going to do things right. And when I was president, we imposed historic tariffs and prices, and we did it all. We did it all. Prices didn't go up. Everybody said, if you do that, prices. No, the country made less money. That's what happened. Gave us tremendous political leverage over those countries, too, for things having nothing to do with economics. They hurt China, not America. That's why the Biden administration had no choice but to leave them in place. They've left them in place. They wanted to take them off. But so much money comes in from China and other places with the tariffs that I put on that Joe Biden, as much as he wanted to do his friends a favor, couldn't do it. Too much money. You couldn't justify it. There was no way to justify it. In my next term, I will revoke China's most favored nation trade status. It's very unfair. And by the way, I have great respect for President Xi. I think China and the United States will get along well together. I did until COVID came in. That was a step too far. But I had a great relationship with President Xi. I had a great relationship with most of the leaders. I'll pass the Trump Reciprocal Trade Act so that if China or any other country, it's not just China, the European Union treats us very badly. Nobody knows that, very badly. We have a $250 billion deficit now with the European Union. But if China or the European Union, if any other group of countries or country makes us pay a 100 or 200% tariff or tax, we will make them pay a reciprocal tariff or tax of the exact same amount. So it's basically, you hurt us, we hurt you. It's an eye for an eye, and it's common.
You know where they got that from? Because Trump started that tariff war in the first place. So they turned around and they imposed that same tariff on him. So that's why. So he's trying to take that. That's so Trump's like, oh, it's an eye for an eye. You started the tariffs first, then they returned tariffs on you. Now you want to sit up there and say, well, where did that tariff come from? It came from you, dumbass. And now it's an eye for an eye. Now, no, they're the ones they're the ones that retaliated, not us.
We will ensure that we have 100% domestic American supply chains of all essential goods. Our supply chain has crashed, and you don't write about it now, but it's still crashed. And all you have to do is say, where's the package that was supposed to be here 3 months ago? People aren't getting them. It's very bad what's happened. They've destroyed our supply chain, which is something I didn't think could be done. COVID proved that if we need it in a crisis, then we must be able to make it in America. We want to rely on ourselves. We have no choice. This is really a matter of national security. We will bring back electronic production. We're going to bring up electronics, too. Electronics, we buy everything away. When you see the sophistication of the product I just saw at this place, electronics is peanuts by comparison. But pharmaceutical, too, it's outside of this country, 95%. No choice. We're reliant on various other countries. Good countries, nothing wrong, but we want to do it ourselves. They make a tremendous amount of money, and we lose our jobs. And we want to do it ourselves. Mineral production, car production. We're going to bring back the auto industry. Made in this country is the small trucks. If I didn't get that tax, South Korea and China would be destroying us now with additional product. We saved them, so I hope the auto workers are listening. Because manufacturing legacy. We will build up glorious American future fueled by Pennsylvania energy. You know, you're one of the largest in this country. You're one of the largest producers in the world. She doesn't know that. You're not going to produce. You're going to go from being one of the largest producers in terms of fracking, the energy produced, into a non-factor. Your state's going to be third world, like much of our country is being made third world by these people. They don't have a clue. But it's going to all be made with pride of the U.S. and with Pennsylvania pride, and strengthened by strong, powerful Pennsylvania steel again. With your vote, we will destroy inflation, bring down prices. And prices are going to come down very substantially, achieve incredible economic growth, make America healthy again. And we
keep your orange ass out of jail. That's what it is. Now, so anyway, let's finish this up.
Bring back, most importantly, we're going to bring back a thing called the American dream. The American dream is dead. Right now, the American dream is dead. We're going to bring back the American dream. So vote for Trump on November 5th. We will be the most, thank you.
said that last time. The American dream is dead. You didn't revive it. You didn't revive it. So that means you didn't revive it when you started. You didn't revive it when you got in there. And it's not alive now. So it's gonna stay dead. This mother Donald Trump's full of shit. That's all that is.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Look
to
at him, David. You
Pennsylvania
right there. You right
the
there. You
reception
right
coming
there.
here with the people outside waving. It was a beautiful sight. The love that they have for what we're trying to do and what we will do. I just leave you with this: vote on November 5th or sooner. November 5th will be the most important day in the history of our country. We're going to turn our country around. We're going to make America great again. Thank you, everybody. God bless you. God bless Pennsylvania. God bless America. Thank you very much, everybody.
Anyway, let's look at the electoral map so far, man. Let's just see where we go, where we at. The election is still a couple months out. Uh, sorry. Election is a couple months out. Let's see here. What do we have here? Oh wow, they've changed up the map. Alrighty then. Let's look at the electoral map. Alright. Let's see what we have here. So let's go to I wish they would put this on here. So this is what we have the map. So you need it's a race to 270. That's pretty much what they call this. And from the latest polls, from many polls that I've looked at, this is kind of where it is. It's closer that actually it's closer that uh Ohio is not a solid. It's more of a lean. And Texas is pretty solid, but it's close to lean. It's between lean and solid. The rest of these, I think, is Indiana. Yeah, New Hampshire's lean. Let me see, any solid blues are lean. See, Oregon is lean. Well, yeah, Florida's lean. All the rest of these are solid red. I think Iowa may be lean too, but I'm not sure. So, so let's look at Donald Trump's chances since he's like so he's sitting there like vote for me and all of this stuff. Let's look at his real chances. From the latest polls that I've seen, we could pop up some of these polls. No, man. Let's look at some of these polls. So we're gonna see if Trump can actually win. 2024. 538 is a good one. Let's look at 538. Latest polls on a national level. Let's look. We're looking at Harris is up by 3 points, almost 3 points, which is in probably the margin of error. And Kennedy's down here. Kennedy's probably taking more votes from Trump than Harris. So if Kennedy drops out, Trump's in a lot better position. So let's go here. All right, we got SoCal Strategies. My goodness gracious, we got SoCal Strategies, Modern Consult. Everybody pretty much has. They got RMG Research. They have one person that has Trump by 2, but most people have Harris by 5 points, 3, 6 points here, 4, 5. Most people they have one poll that has Trump winning. This is a pretty close race. Okay, that's just on the national. Let's see about the state by state strategy here. State. Let's go to Michigan. Right now, who's ahead in Michigan? We got Harris by. Then this looks almost similar to the national poll. So we have Harris by 3 points. So let's go over here. Make sure it's all looking the right way. So let's go here. And if we go by these polls, let's look down. Let's look at the individual polls here. They have some of them have Trump by 1. Fairbrother Lee, some people have Trump even. But they have Harris up as high as +7, which shouldn't even be within the margin of error. So the average. So for the most part, it looks like Harris is ahead in Michigan. So if they give Harris Michigan. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's go to Wisconsin. Wisconsin. Which looks very similar to the national polls. Harris is up by 3.5. So we have different focal data general Telegraph, and most people have Harris winning Wisconsin. I don't see one person with Trump. So okay, let's go with there. So we got Wisconsin. All right. Let's go to Pennsylvania. This is the Rust Belt. Everybody's saying Pennsylvania is now the new Florida. Pennsylvania is going to be the decisive one. And it looks like Harris is up, but only by a couple point and a half, 1.7, which is probably within the margin of error. Which means Trump could be ahead as well if it's in the margin of error. So this is a dead heat. +1, +3, Trump +1, Harris +1. They have some polls that have Trump up a little, but +1. But most have Harris up. So we could keep this as a toss-up. But right here, so most polls have Harris up barely by Pennsylvania. 269. She needs one more, which she can get the Nebraska Congressional District 1 or 2 or whatever it is, which is Omaha area. Bam, she's president. So he's got a star. 270. The race is over. Just with these 3 states. But let's go ahead and continue. Let's go ahead and continue looking at some of these polls. Let's see if we go in Nebraska. Let's see who's leading in the Nebraska Congressional District. I don't even know if they have it here. But they have Trump. Okay. They have Trump. Trump's going to win Nebraska, but they vote by congressional districts. So let's just go to the latest. They haven't taken a poll for the Nebraska Congressional District either, but they have it as even. So we could send that back. They had actually Biden up, but they had actually Biden winning that congressional district. So if we go back to here, but if we go back there, that Nebraska Congressional District 2 is not necessarily a shoe-in for, even though that they've won that ever since Obama for sure. It's not guaranteed. So let's put that back as a toss-up. Now is that back as a toss-up? Anyway, sorry about that. Let's go to Arizona. Let's see who's winning Arizona. No, let's go to North Carolina. Go ahead and raise up. North Carolina, right here. North Carolina's in play now. That says a lot. North Carolina was a solid red state, a shoe-in for Donald Trump. Now it's neck and neck, 0.03. It's a toss-up. So Trump, so let's just keep that on, that red. Let's just so she needs another she needs another one vote. So it looks like it's a lot of more paths to victory for Harris than Trump. Right now, if my money, all the good money's on Harris to win the presidential election. Sorry, everybody who doesn't want to hear that. But right now, the money's on Harris. So let's go out here to Arizona. Bam. Out west, Arizona. Harris is winning by a point, almost a point, which is probably well in the margin of error. So right there, so they have Trump +1, they have even Trump, they have Harris +4 in this poll, New York Times. Harris. So, and then they got the Trafalgar Group, Trump. I think they're kind of, I don't know. But they had a bigger sample size. Harris. So this is a toss-up. This is a very close race. So, but like I said, if she's winning by a point and it's that close, it's not even. She wins that, then she's president, easily president. But it's kind of pretty close within the margin of error. So let's go to another state. So she could go to try to pick off Georgia. Down in the South, how is Georgia? Now Trump is winning by a point here. Too close to call. Now with this sample size, which they have Trump winning in every poll here. So this is leaning Trump. However, newsflash, black people don't answer their phone for posters. So this is probably not counting a lot of black vote in Georgia. And I've been to Georgia. It's a lot of black people in Georgia, buddy. And I can tell you that is going to be 92% Kamala Harris. So I'm going to put it as Trump leaning, but I wouldn't bet money on that. So now Kamala can try to go into North Carolina is kind of even. So let's just get at the Trump. Even though it's kind of leaning Trump, it's a toss up. This was a toss up. Let's just keep this one on because this is an even race. Let's keep that one as a toss up. Now, let's go to Nevada. Talking about with your vote. Let's see what's going to happen. Wow. I mean, this is a dead heat. I mean, whoo. I mean, this is dead even. You can't. We got Harris. What the fuck? Harris +10. Who did they get that from? Harris +10. Harris +8. Focal data. Now we got the New York Times. They say it's Trump +2. Trump +1. And then another one, they say it's dead even. So with the averages, goodness gracious. So we're looking at Nevada. They also voted for Joe Biden as a toss-up. So this is what we all have as toss-ups. Harris only needs one. You know what? Georgia's a toss-up too. Let's just keep it a buck. So we gonna go for, and North Carolina's a toss-up. The others are less of a toss-up. But these states are in play, which should be frightening for Donald Trump. Because she only needs 1 point. She could go, boom, she's president. Nevada, she's president. Right there. Bam, she's president. Arizona, she's president. Goodness gracious, I can't do this right. Arizona, she's president. North Carolina, she's president. How do you do this? North Carolina, she's president. You get the drift. And we already did the Nebraska Congressional District 2. She's president. Okay. Now, what does Trump need to do? So he's going to have to reverse one of these three states. But even let's just say the one he's closest in is Pennsylvania. Let's say he ekes out Pennsylvania. He still has a long way to go. Okay, so he still has a long way to go. Let's just say he gets no, that's not he didn't get let's just say he gets Pennsylvania. Okay. He still has a long he has an uphill battle to fight compared to Harris. Let's just say he goes ahead and picks off Georgia, which that's a big if. He go ahead and he retains North Carolina, which he won last time by the skin of his teeth. Then bam, he's president. You know, he got Pennsylvania, North Carolina, and Georgia. But if he doesn't get Georgia, and let's say Harris gets Georgia, then he has to win Arizona and Nevada to be president. So that's why he was sitting over in Pennsylvania. That's why he's gonna be in Pennsylvania, and he's camping out in Pennsylvania because he knows. Because if he doesn't get Pennsylvania, that's his ass. And they know if he loses the presidency, his ass is going to jail. Donald Trump knows this. He doesn't get Pennsylvania. I mean, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to pick off Michigan or Wisconsin. He's going to have to pick off of Wisconsin. He's going to have to change Wisconsin over. He's still not going to be president. And he's going to have to change over. He's going to have to get Georgia, which is a long haul. He's going to have to win Georgia, North Carolina, pick off one of Wisconsin, and then win both Nevada and Arizona. Yeah, so Trump's fighting an uphill battle, and if he don't win the presidency, his ass is going to jail. He gonna be up under that motherfucker. So anyway, that's where we are at August 19th. As far as being president, as far as the election is concerned, and y'all get out and vote because hey, this is gonna change. This y'all didn't not getting out and vote, ladies. Got Roe versus Wade overturned, and now y'all sitting over here in bathrooms in Texas bleeding out, trying and it's been a disaster. Roe versus Wade. People can't go and get a safe medical care for an abortion, and women having to take their last money, not being able to afford to fly and travel to a state in order to perform a safe abortion. And Trump claimed that. So since y'all don't go out and vote, there's a lot of stuff that's on the ballot. Y'all guys who are in the oil business, Trump will let y'all do whatever you want, and Kamala Harris is like, it ain't going down. So y'all are taking the hits. Y'all get out in that oil business. Y'all got to get out and vote. Most of those guys do go vote because they're getting their bottom line hit for real. So anyway, that was Donald Trump's speech. PA Texas is out. He told a bunch of more lies. And I'm out.